So let's talk about money mindset. So I grew up with a wrong money mindset. Financial ignorance was my best friend, and spending on personal gratifications was the only money dream I had. The younger me had 3 wrong money notions. Firstly, that you can only save and invest when you have a job. Secondly, that entrepreneurship is only for a selected few. And thirdly, that once you find a job, it means you finally attained financial freedom. Clearly, I was financially mature. I want each one of you to be honest with this simple question. What is your money mindset? The value of money is not entirely in its amount, but also in the wisdom of its owner. This profound word of financial wisdom was given to me by my grandmother when I was just a fresh graduate at my first job and lamenting about how little I was getting paid. Grandma told me to say, the amount I was complaining about as a single young man was what some other people were using to manage their families. She challenged me to think, how were they managing? This conversation challenged my money mindset, which has shaped my life to date. So when you talk of money mindset, this is simply the attitude that you have about finances. It determines how you make key financial decisions in your life. Basically, how you think about money. An individual that is empowered with the right information has a positive mindset. When it comes to money, what we need to have a positive money mindset, the first thing is financial literacy. Allow me to burst 2 financial literacy myths. The first one, that financial literacy is only for the rich. The second one, that financial literacy is only for people in the business or finance field. Both of these notions are wrong. Do you need to be rich to know how to make a personal financial statement? Do you need to be a professional to understand how to interpret your monthly pay statement? Do you need to be rich to know the different types of insurance schemes that can protect your financial resources? We work hard every day to earn an income. Why not arm yourselves with information that can help you effectively use the money that you work hard to have? Many people have financial access, for example, people in employment, but many people, again, lack financial knowledge. Just like the Bible scripture, my people perish for lack of knowledge. We need to embrace financial literacy for our own benefit. No one is too young for financial literacy. I strongly feel it should be incorporated in our Zambian school curriculum. Our school system encourages students to work hard, get a good career, and later find a good paying job. But that should not be the end of the story. Students need to be equipped with the basic financial knowledge so that they would know and be well equipped mentally on how to use the income they'll be having every month. We need a positive money mindset even before any source of income. So what is this financial literacy? It is basically a possession of a set of skills or knowledge that empowers each one of us or enables each one of us to make prudent decisions with our financial resources. Among the many factors, both personal and economical, that affects or hinders an individual to attain financial freedom is financial illiteracy. And this is what we need to critically look at. Allow me to share a few benefits of financial literacy. Number 1, it helps you be aware of your financial position. Let me ask each one of you this interesting question. probably I will be the first person to ask you this. What is your financial net worth? Due to lack of financial knowledge, most people think net worth is only associated with the rich. Yet, each person, each one of us, can make a personal financial statement and know our net worth. So when we say a personal financial statement, this is simply a document that outlines your financial position at a particular time based on your assets and liabilities. I know it sounds technical to say a personal financial statement, but let me try to teach you in less than a minute how to make a personal financial statement. It is basically a document that will help you know your net worth and your financial position at that current time. Because basically, it is your assets minus your liabilities giving you your net worth. So because each person has assets, each person has liabilities, is it safe to conclude each person has a net worth? So when you talk of assets, in simple definition, this is what you own, or anything you have that has a monetary value. And liabilities, on the other hand, is what you owe. Further breaking down, assets, I would give you an example like if you have a residential plot, land, that is a tangible asset. If you have a farm, that is also a tangible asset. Liabilities, on the other, there's also liquid assets. That is if you have any money in the bank. Then you also have liabilities. That is anything that you owe, any money that you owe. People have bank loans, loans with microfinance institutions, you owe people. All that comprises or makes up your liabilities. So when you're making a basic personal financial statement to determine your net worth, like I would challenge you, do this immediately you reach home with your spouse, collectively, or alone. Take a piece of paper and write my personal financial statement, since you're also almost closing up the year. Write assets and list down all the assets that you have. If you have any land, if you have any farm, if you have any money in the bank, list all that, or anything you have that has a monetary value. Against each asset, put the current market value. Let's say if you have a land in Kitwe, you bought it at 25. What is the current market value today if you were to sell it? So put that against that asset. Then on a different piece of paper, list down your liabilities. This is any person that you owe any money, any bank loan that you have, any small microfinance loan that you have, list it down. Get the sum value of your assets and the sum value of your liabilities. Once you subtract, that will give you your net worth. It doesn't matter if it is a negative or positive. What is important is that you know your current net worth. That will help you know how to perfectly work on your financial situation. Because if it is a negative, then certainly you know you have to reduce on your liabilities and work more on your assets. So this information can only come with financial literacy. That's the benefit of financial education. In less than a minute, I think I've tried to put in some. The second benefit of financial literacy, it helps you avoid financial traps. Barack Obama once said, and I quote, "If you think education is expensive, wait and see how expensive ignorance is," end of quote. Financial ignorance can cost you a lot of money. There are a lot of unscrupulous people out there on a mission to swindle people off their hard-earned income. And I'll talk about, and I'll give an example of investment. Currently, I think we have this business activity, which is mushrooming almost everywhere, network marketing. There's also Ponzi schemes. These two seem almost the same, but they are different. One is legal in Zambia, the other one is illegal, and that is a Ponzi scheme. Now, mostly people who are victims of these unscrupulous people are people who are financially illiterate. Let me try to explain how a Ponzi scheme works, which is illegal, by the way, in Zambia. I'll come to you and say, give me 1,000. After 7 days, I'll give you 50% of that money, which is the 500. You give it a benefit of doubt, but nevertheless, you still invest. Whilst we are waiting for 7 days to mature, I'm still approaching other people with the same message. When those people also invest, I'll give you the money from what I got from other investors. And the process will continue. Once you successfully get your money for 2, 3, 4, 5 times, you're going to spread the news to your colleagues, your family, and everybody will be coming on board. And it will seem like everything is going on fine. People will have so much faith in the system that some people will go as far as going to the bank, get a loan, and invest in the Ponzi scheme. One thing is for sure, sooner or later, the system always crashes. Either the person in charge will choose to withdraw the money and run away, or people will stop adding other people, such that there will be no funds to fund the system. If you're financially literate, you have a sound mind, you will know the difference between a fake investment choice compared to an original investment choice. The third benefit of financial literacy I'll share, probably the last one, this part, is it helps you know your financial position, like I've said, but also become financially responsible and be in control over your finances. One of the indicators of poor money management is a chain of debt. Once you have debt, it is difficult even to make a budget because every single income you're going to have, you're going to channel it to paying off a running debt. I'll give a scenario of 2 families. We have Mr. and Mrs. Banda in a home where Mr. Banda works, is a former employee, but Mrs. Banda is just a housewife. His net pay is 5,000. Before the end of the month, Mrs. Banda is tempted. Somebody selling carpets is 1,500, but there's something sweet about it because you have to pay in 3 months. So she's like, 3 months, I can still pay 500, she'll get. Before the end of the same week, she'll find somebody selling nice bed sheet. They'll also be going at 1,500, you pay in 3 months, she'll get. So Mrs. Banda alone has accumulated a debt to pay at the end of the month of 1,000. Mr. Banda also, at the other hand, his phone screen is damaged. He has a colleague who sells phone, paying in installments. He also gets a phone to start paying 700 kwacha at the end of the month. Mr. Banda also likes, during the weekend, to go and refreshen up with the folks. But because he doesn't have money over that weekend, he chooses to, because he knows the bar owner, he chooses to clinch a deal. They write whatever bill he incurs and to come and pay at the end of the month. And the bill is about 700 kwacha. So Mr. and Mrs. Banda, before the month even comes, they have a debt to sort out of 2,500. That is half of what Mr. Banda gets. So that will be not enough to cater for the monthly budget. So in other words, he's going to be forced to go to the bank or to any microfinance and get a loan, which will further affect his budgeting and his money management. And this is how a chain of debts starts. Once you become a frequent visitor to money lenders, it is a signal that you are losing control over your own money or finances. On the other hand, we have Mr. and Mrs. Warrior. The same situation. He's the only one who's working, the wife is not working. But he knows, together because they are financially literate, they have a standard on how much they can borrow every month. Every month, they save for emergencies 200 kwacha. And because emergencies don't happen every day, by that time, they even have about 1,000 in the bank account. And Mr. Warrior has also empowered the wife with a small business capital such that she can help with the day-to-day family expenses. So here we have two families. One is financially illiterate and the other is financially literate. And you can tell the difference in how they run their homes. This shows the importance of being exposed to financial knowledge. With these few benefits shared, it is safe to say financial literacy is a necessity and not a privilege for only a few. We all need to learn how to manage our finances. Whether you are a lawyer, you are a doctor, you are a nurse, or an engineer, you all work for money. Why not arm yourselves with information on how to effectively use this money? I'll challenge you to take it up to spread financial literacy. Men, as you have a drink with your friends, try to throw in a conversation about the inflation. Some people, they don't even know what those numbers mean. It doesn't take a genius or somebody to go to a business school to know what it means when you say inflation is 10%. We need these things to be normal in our conversations. Women, as you chat with your friends, talk about the current food basket in your town or respective city. This will help people be financially aware even as they spend. We need this. Parents, deliberately, for those who have children who are in tertiary education, instead of sending that ration fee or tuition fee and ration money in kwacha, deliberately send it in a foreign currency. Start teaching your children about foreign exchange. This is the time to know all those things. It doesn't take somebody to be in business school. We need these things to be part of our everyday life. Okay, coming back to this piece of paper. What is this? This is probably what we call money. But I'll challenge you with something. Everyone works for money. Everybody wants to have this. But how well do you know this piece of paper? Can you easily tell a fake banknote from a real banknote? Apart from the ego and the freedom statue, what features can really help you know this is the real money? If you are blindfolded, because this has features even for blind people. So if you say you work hard for money, how much do you know about this piece of paper? Thank you.